Defiant EV3 Roadster, designed from the ground up, capitalizes on the capabilities of an electric car, with an eye on a sporty design. These plug-in electric roadsters are a blend of the best of today's propulsion technology and smooth aerodynamic styling. Depending on the battery option selected, the single-charge commuting range of the Roadster is up to 175 miles, has a top speed of 70 miles per hour, and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 10 seconds. Comfortably designed to carry a driver and 2 passengers, the full-sized electric commuter has plenty of room for cargo. Do you remember watching Mila Jovovich repeating multi-pass in a flying taxicab in The Fifth Element? Or Michael J. Fox failing to yield while time-traveling in the DeLorean in the Back to the Future movies? Hollywood has been predicting the future for years in these films. It seems Klein Vision in Slovakia has finally made this sci-fi dream come true with the Klein Aircar, the first road vehicle that transitions into an air vehicle. Retractable wings and a folding tail transform this futuristic hybrid from car to plane in less than 3 minutes, and reach speeds up to 124 miles per hour. Licensed pilots can drive, or fly, the Aircar 621 miles, based on 18 liters of fuel consumption per hour. They will be a convenient way to travel, predicted years ago in the entertainment industry. So, when are we getting the time travel option?
What started in 2005 as a wild idea finally saw its completion in 2018 as a vehicle aptly named the Limo-Jet. I don't have enough time to tell you everything about it, so I'll keep it simple. It's a Learjet, on wheels. And though it seems more akin to something seen on a drag strip, this amalgam is fully street legal. Inside is nothing short of pure luxury, having recessed lighting running the length of the floor and ceiling. Red and black leather seats run along one side, while opposite is a vast array of electronics and some much-needed cup holders. Other features include an integrated sound system and a large TV on the back wall. All in all, it weighs just over 12,500 pounds and measures 42 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 11.5 feet high. Power comes from an 8.1-liter Chevy Vortec V8 engine, but I couldn't even begin to tell you how fast it will actually go. If anyone wants to buy this thing, feel free to let me know so I can be the new best friend you never knew you needed.
California-based company Neuron EV has shown pre-production prototypes for its fully electric pickup truck, the T.ONE. Revealed late last year at the China International Import Expo, the Neuron EV T.ONE will ride on a skateboard chassis. There might be a fuel cell powertrain in the works too. The prototype has targeted the market of young professionals, aged 30 to 50, who have integrated and used technology in their daily lives. Neuron EV also announced the release of 2 EVs the company believes will have a radical impact on the way we think about pickups, the Met and the Star. Both models are modular and come with interchangeable rears. While they share a steely, futuristic aesthetic, they vary significantly in what they can do.
Taking an ATV to the extreme and showing off a new fluid drive technology was the aim of the Ferox company as they developed the Azaris. The 6-wheeled 2-passenger vehicle can climb over the roughest terrain using a rocker-style suspension similar to the Mars rover. It's offered with a choice of a combustion engine or electric motor connected to a pump channeling fluid through piping in the swing arms to the in-wheel motors. The result is a low-pressure, high-torque combination offering a smooth and immediate acceleration.
Drawing inspiration from Tesla's Cybertruck, the Thundertruck is an electric 4x4 truck with a dark military aesthetic and rooftop solar panels. This was conceived by a Los Angeles team during the lockdown, and its sleek, angular features make for an interesting view. According to the spec sheet of this vehicle, the dual-motor powertrain pushes out 800 horsepower with the help of a 180-kilowatt battery. The Thundertruck claims it will have a range of 400 miles, but if you want even more juice for your squeeze, a range extender will take that up to 460 miles. The range extender is a two-wheel add-on, making this vehicle a six-wheeler by utilizing self-balancing tech. And if that isn't enough for you, a collapsible roof-mounted solar array can give you another 17 miles, give or take, if you leave it out to charge all day. Scroll down to the comments to let us know if you like the Thundertruck. To build his high-riding snowplow, Colorado welder Rex Bailey mounted tires from an agricultural sprayer onto an old Dodge 3500 Cummins diesel pickup truck. He used a commercial plasma cutter to create spokes, axle mounts, and the truck's rear end. The Yeti's high tractor tires are mounted on Unimog portal axles and drive through snow up to 3 feet deep. I think it's safe to say there's not much getting in the way of this snowplow. Bailey estimated its total build time at 2,600 hours. I'm starting to think this guy really hated shoveling snow off his sidewalk. When you think of the words truck and engine, immediately your mind goes to one of two things: a turbo diesel or a high-capacity gasoline V8. The last thing on your mind is electric power paired up to a rugged vehicle designed to take punishment with a smile. However, the Atlis XT is hoping to break the mold. The basic premise was simple. A design brief tasked the research and development team to shoehorn 500 miles worth of electric battery into a truck without sacrificing any of the low-end torque and grunt of the traditional offering. Not only that, they wanted it to charge fast. The Atlis XT has done just that. Because they know the key to funneling a ton of electrons into a battery is keeping the temperature down. By keeping the voltage high and the current low, this machine operates at an insane 1,600 volts, taking just a quarter of an hour to reach max charge. This magic happens by heating the battery at the start of a charge cycle before cooling it towards the end, so that the temperature is relatively constant in the Z-fold structured cells, which themselves have over 2,000 fast charge cycles. The numbers are equally impressive, with a max speed of 120 miles an hour, with the 0 to 60 miles per hour completed in a blistering 5 seconds while empty, and a still impressive 18 seconds when fully loaded with 35,000 pounds gross weight. Think pickup, crammed with all the leading-edge tech, without that rattly old diesel noise. A large host of inhospitable terrain is sprawled across Canada's borders. A Quebec company called Zeal Motor has made a line of vehicles to specifically tackle that. The Fat Truck was a big box-shaped chassis on 4 massive 65-inch paddle tires and used a single joystick to control. Now the Fat Truck has a brother, the Fat Truck 2.8P. This variation of the Fat Truck is made to carry workers and materials separately across soft earth or deep water. In fact, this big boy can load up to 2,200 pounds of tools, gear, materials, and cargo. The 67 horsepower Caterpillar engine uses 153 pound-feet of torque to power this big pickup truck. While traveling on land, the 2.8P can hit speeds of up to 25 miles per hour, or around 3 miles per hour when paddling through the water. Just because the cartoon character George Jetson hopped in one every morning doesn't mean it is easy to produce a flying car. manufacturers have to consider solutions for both car and plane. Lanciare has created a concept for a flying sports car that could be making its way onto driveways or runways very soon. The Firenze Lanciare flying sports car would use a Tesla electric motor while on the road and a 4,000-pound turbine engine for takeoff. In a world where fuel consumption and carbon emissions are always a concern, Firenze promises to change that with a flying sports car that not only promises convenience and luxury, but efficiency and safety. Docket isn't a vehicle per se, but an attachment for a different vehicle. The Seattle startup going by Cybercatamaran, or Cybercat for short, has designed two products for the highly criticized yet immensely anticipated Cybertruck from Tesla. The Cybercat is a set of components revolving around two inflatable pontoons that fit inside the bed of the Cybertruck, making it a self-contained amphibious EV for the future. The company even claims that installing the configuration would take less time than launching a boat. Once installed, the truck is meant to drive into the shallow waters. Upon reaching the deeper end, the pontoons and upward of 5 electric outboard motors will fold downward thanks to actuator jacks. The Cybercat offers a top speed of 22 knots when equipped with a max of 5 motors and a max range of 100 nautical miles at 5 knots. If you were hoping for a bit more speed, the Cybercat Foiler adds a hydrofoil to the mix, elevating the truck out of the water, significantly reducing drag. Thanks to this, the Cybercat Foiler offers max speeds upwards of 33 knots, but doesn't adjust the max range in any way. Vanderhall is expanding their collection of adventure vehicles from 3 wheels to 4 with the Navarro ATV, a fully electric-powered all-terrain transport with a sleek and streamlined design. This American-based company really shows off with this one. The Navarro is the first ever fully enclosed all-electric ATV and is built with over 300 horsepower, over 500 pounds-foot of torque, and 200-plus miles on a single charge. Vanderhall's Navarro certainly makes an impression. Aside from its fully enclosed cab, the Navarro maintains another characteristic that separates it from its ranks amongst the other electric UTVs. Its transparent doors allow for both off-road fanatics and casual adventurers to utilize a broader scope of perception, primarily the ground on either side. Even the Batmobile would have a tough time catching up to the SSC Tuatara by SSC North America. This Tuatara is now the world's fastest car, setting the new record October 10, 2020 for fastest production car, reaching 331.15 miles per hour, beating the previous record set in 2017. This 1,750 horsepower hypercar is as aerodynamic as a fighter jet, with a precise and efficient design. Butterfly doors add to the oohs and ahs of this visually stunning racer. Still, some of the most impressive options are on the interior. A centrally located console gives you all the information and functionality at your fingertips. The HMI, human-machine interface, shows the driver pertinent driving and vehicle information on a digital driver display. Meanwhile, the teardrop canopy allows the passenger and driver an unrestricted view. When the all-electric Vanderhall Edison 2 three-wheeler hits dealer lots in the third quarter of 2020, it will be the company's third model line. The Edison 2 gets from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds, with a top speed of 105 miles per hour. Meanwhile, the 30 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack allows 200 miles of range per charge. Inside Edison 2, you'll find heated seats, a 600-watt Bluetooth-enabled sound system, and plenty of cargo space. Southern Californian startup company Alpha Motor Corporation have thrown their hats into the ring with the Wolf. This beastie EV pickup represents the perfect next evolution of the electric vehicle into the heavy-duty utility market. It's got all the things needed for a reliable pickup, with the addition of a space-age powertrain to catapult it into the future. Body-wise, the Wolf resembles the vintage VW Baja Bug that came into popularity in the 1970s. Classic styling that, when combined with the tubular bumpers, upper and lower spotlights, and massive tires tucked under oversized flares, give away a few hints about its impressive off-road capabilities. Though details are a little hush-hush about the electric motor and drivetrain, we do know that Alpha is advertising 275-plus miles on a single charge and a robust 6.2-second 0 to 60 mile-per-hour time. The cool factor comes from the solar panel hiding in the truck bed, which can be set up during a sunny lunch break between hitting the dunes. The Wolf Plus is what happens when that EV pickup graduates into a fully fledged EV truck. An electric motor powering each axle, and true four-wheel drive translates into towing power double that of its little brother. Big rig performance in a small package. If you're a truck lover, would you consider an electric pickup? Or do you need diesel to power your engine? Let us know in the comments below. Sondors, a company that got its start in the e-bike world, is developing a car that was inspired by the Gran Turismo video game series. The car itself has 2 front seats and 1 back seat, 3 wheels, and an expected range of 200 miles. The vehicle is said to go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in around 5 seconds. You can charge the vehicle with either a 110-volt or 240-volt outlet. As of now, Sondors is just into the start of the production phase of their plan. Manufacturer Rezvani makes the list with its tactical urban vehicle better known as the Tank. The name makes perfect sense when you see this capably powerful four-wheel drive monster. Under the hood, the Tank sports a 3.6-liter V6 with options to install a 500 horsepower 6.4-liter V8 or a 1,000 horsepower 6.2-liter supercharged V8. The Tank features a similar high-performance off-road suspension and braking as the Hercules. Like its 6-wheel cousin, there's also a military variant. The Rezvani Tank Military features all of the anti-personnel and armament features as the Hercules Military, including ballistic and explosive armor, EMP protection, one-touch smokescreen activation, blinding strobe lights, electrified doors, and military-grade tires that can be driven at high speeds, even while flat. Add in thermal imaging and a security survival kit that includes gas masks, a hypothermia kit, and a first aid kit, and you've got a mobile fortress for any situation. The original Bugatti Chiron was an absolute beast, the spiritual successor to the Veyron, which at the time utilized aerospace technology usually reserved for getting astronauts strapped to giant rockets into space safely. As you would imagine, the 2022 Chiron Super Sport improves on what made the original so breathtaking, maintaining the ultra-luxury experience while using aerodynamic wizardry and engineering know-how to make it fly along the freeway like an angry fighter jet. As the Bugatti design mantra states, form follows performance. It's a great-looking car, but you just know that every one of those sexy body lines on each and every panel is designed for one thing and one thing only: maximum downforce and minimal drag. The faster you go, the more your car wants to take off like an airplane. So it's up to the good people at Bugatti to ensure enough weight and downward pressure so the tires don't lose traction at that crazily high top speed of 273 miles per hour. While the 8-liter W16 configuration has been maintained, the power was bumped up to 1,577 horsepower and 1,180 foot-pounds, increasing the red line to 7,100 RPM. With the new top speed comes a new chassis. the Supersport has gone on a 50-pound diet to further increase that power-to-weight ratio. Translation? Speed and acceleration. Every component is electronically controlled, reacting in real time and making tiny corrections that adapt to driving conditions in just 6 milliseconds. Connecting this Firebird with the tarmac are specially developed Pilot Sports Cup tires courtesy of Michelin, each designed to provide rigidity and smoothness while gripping the road. Keep in mind, these are the only tires that can consistently drive at speeds upward of 300 miles per hour, a verified test bench used to develop space shuttle landing gear. If you want one of these babies, be prepared to receive just a small handful of change when you part with $4 million. If you ever wanted to take a healthy bite of the off-road in an all-electric compact rally car, then the Jax is the joyride for you. The guys at Alpha Motor Corporation bring this eye-catching dirt ripper into your hands and into the Safari, donning a whole menagerie of all-terrain specs, including a bull bar, auxiliary lights, and Nitto Trail Grappler MT255 75 R17 tires. Try to say that 5 times fast while barreling down the wilds in this gorgeous, minimalist dream. However, the Jax is not the only machine beast that Alpha offers. The Ace is a sleek new take on the personal electric vehicle. Its single rear-wheel drive motor will go 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6 seconds and give you a range of over 250 miles. If you want a bit more bang for your buck, they even offer a performance variant. When you want to make a bold statement backed up by military-grade hardware, look no further than the Hercules by the Californian auto manufacturer Rezvani. This souped-up six-wheeler features a 1,300 horsepower 7.0-liter supercharged V8, putting it well within the hypercar category. The six-wheel drive, coupled with 3-inch off-road suspension and 16-inch brake calipers, provide powerful and stable traction across all terrain. You're probably not going to need protection against assault rifle fire, IEDs, and electromagnetic pulses while driving through the suburbs. But just in case, Hercules has you covered with their Hercules military variant, featuring high-caliber resistant ballistics armor, EMP protection systems, underside explosive protections, as well as a Kevlar-wrapped fuel tank. Your truck is safer than your home in times of crisis. It's also fully loaded with anti-personnel features, including blinding lights and strobes, siren, PA, smokescreen, electrified door handles, and magnetic door bolts to prevent forced entry. "3D printing is all the rage now, and with there seemingly being no limitations to what you can manufacture with this budding technology, why not a hypercar? The 2021 Zinger 21C is America's answer to the absolutely mental automobiles that go fast companies like Bugatti produce, except this one is made in an entirely different way. Every single composite component is engineered using artificial intelligence so that they're perfectly optimized for the highest performance with as little weight as possible. The exterior styling is reminiscent of the SR-71 Blackbird spy plane, and rightly so, as it was the fastest aircraft ever built, capable of outrunning enemy missile ordnance. Under the hood is a bespoke 175 cubic inch flat-cranked V8, helped along by a duo of superchargers. It's actually set in the middle of the chassis to help with weight distribution, as well as helping gravity create downforce on the drive axle. Max output of 1,350 horsepower comes with an RPM of 11,000. Engine internal speeds commonly seen in superbikes. For those playing at home, that's 469 horsepower per liter. Frighteningly powerful. The two front wheels are driven by two high-output electric motors to balance out the torque vectoring of the insane main engine. This is a true positive power-to-weight ratio hypercar, with the horsepower at its heart exceeding the 1,240 kilograms on the scales. Strangely, the motor itself is mapped to run on a variety of fuels, including carbon-recycled methanol, so it can technically function as a zero-emissions vehicle. You'd expect a single seat in such an off-the-wall high-performance automobile. Still, your spouse or buddy can tag along. At the same time, you rearrange their features at face-melting speeds with the second seat directly behind the driver that looks every bit like the cockpit of a fighter jet. What does all this boil down to numbers-wise? Zinger promised a 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 1.9 seconds and an 8.1 second quarter mile. A feat that seems impossible until you realize the company has the former technical director of rival hypercar manufacturer Koenigsegg on their payroll. The top speed of 236 miles per hour tells you all you need to know. This is a car purpose-built to smash track records all around the world, and will probably succeed. Ettore Bugatti built a half-scale replica of their timeless Type 35 for his son's 4th birthday way back in 1926. He dubbed it the Baby. To honor their founder, supercar breeders Bugatti have unveiled the Baby 2. This tribute is something that any doting parent could bestow on their child as an opulent birthday gift, given a fat enough wallet. The all-electric kiddie car will sport an aluminum dash and leather seating, but unlike its old-fashioned namesake, it is a fair bit bigger so that mom and dad can fit behind the steering wheel and take it for a spin during nap time. The base model has a novice mode that utilizes 1.3 horsepower and tops out at 12 miles per hour, with the expert mode upping the power to 5.4 horsepower and top speed to 30 miles per hour. The Vitesse and Per Sang variants have beefed up electric motors under their hoods, with a 13.4 horsepower output and a new top speed of 42 miles per hour, which is seriously quick for someone in kindergarten or grade school. Less than 1 week after the SSC Tuatara surpassed the speed record once held by the Bugatti Chiron, French hypercar specialists have introduced a concept car they hope will reclaim it. French luxury car manufacturer Bugatti has been experimenting with the idea of developing a one-of-a-kind, track-focused, hyper-sports car with the Bugatti Bolide. This extremely lightweight and aerodynamic vehicle would reach speeds over 300 miles per hour with its 8.0-liter engine, kicking out 1,800 horsepower. Weight, fuel consumption, and other specs have been theoretically based on simulations and possibilities. GMC has been one of the top manufacturers of vehicles for 118 years and continues to develop top-of-the-line trucks with a reboot of a popular classic. GMC gave the Hummer a 2020 makeover and produced the GMC Hummer EV. Off-roaders and truck lovers can enjoy all of the state-of-the-art additions to this 2021 version of the popular classic. The EV ED1 features not one, but 3 motors, 2 on the rear and 1 on the front, enabling around 11,500 pound-feet of torque, giving the new Hummer 1,000 horsepower. Speaking of power, it can travel up to 350 miles on its Ultium battery. You can also get 100 miles worth of charge in 10 minutes with an 800-volt DC fast charge. This Hummer can go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 3 seconds. This powerful off-roading all-terrain vehicle prides itself on producing zero emissions. Some of the many upgrades and custom options include every entertainment possibility imaginable, with 14 Bose speakers and a 13-inch touchscreen that displays important driver information. It also accesses other customizable data and controls, transparent sky panels, and an upright windshield. Described as the world's first all-electric super truck, the Hummer EV is also capable of lifting itself 6 inches in extract mode and can navigate tight trails that no other all-terrain vehicle would dare. Crab walk mode actually allows it to turn its rear wheels 10 degrees to drive diagonally. Talk about bragging rights. Can your Hummer do that? GHE-O Rescue is a cross between a Hummer and an ambulance. Built by GHE-O Motors, a Romanian company, the Rescue can be customized depending on your needs for firefighting, medical support, or transportation across any terrain. The 11-passenger utility truck with remarkable off-road capabilities is powered by either a 500-horsepower gas engine or a 300-horsepower diesel motor. This 4x4 can take you across rivers, through snow, climb steep embankments, and even navigate deep water with inflatable tire attachments. It can be outfitted as an ambulance or carry water and serve as a fire truck when set up to fight fires. The 3.2-ton Rescue can transport nearly 200 gallons of water, along with all the pumps and hoses that a firefighter would need to combat a forest fire. I'd feel safe knowing that an ambulance is the kind of thing coming to save me in an emergency. We've all been teased with rumors of production-level flying cars. Dutch company PAL-V has recently had their Liberty street approved in the EU. It's a big deal considering PAL-V has been working on making the flying car a reality for over 20 years. The 3-wheeled 2-seater operates in 2 modes. Street mode, with the large rotors folded away cleanly into a configuration along the roof, and Sky mode, transforming the conspicuous craft into a sleek gyroplane. Although no flight footage is available, PAL-V reports the Liberty can take off using as little as 1,000 feet of runway, reaching speeds of 112 miles an hour in the air over a range of around 310 miles. PAL-V is working on aviation certification next. In 2006, a few companies, including Aptera, kickstarted the electric vehicle movement. Aptera helped to create one of the first electric vehicles to be featured on many magazine covers, and even starred in an episode of Star Trek. However, many electric transportation companies faced challenges back then, the biggest being funding. Things lately have changed, and clean energy is a booming new business that sees a global investment of around $2.4 trillion. With this resurgence, Aptera has taken up the mantle once more to rebirth the vehicle named after the company. Future plans involve 6 passenger cars, commute vehicles, and utility vehicles with up to 18 wheels. The first thing you'll notice about this solar-powered electric vehicle turned camper is the smooth edges that sculpt this futuristic frame. With 3 wheels and a dream, the Aptera puts aerodynamics and efficiency at the top of its list of priorities. The interesting thing about Aptera, aside from the unique style, is that it can run on solar power. In fact, it can generate enough solar power to travel 40 miles a day, which is 10 miles more than the average American travels in a day. To top it all off, the Aptera utilizes a battery you can charge like a traditional electric vehicle, which carries enough power to travel 1,000 miles when on a single charge using the upgraded battery pack. However, clean energy isn't the only thing this awesome EV is about, as it also doubles as a camper. It won't replace your Winnebago, but it does offer some sleeping space for 2 in the trunk. At the same time, the vehicle itself can be used as a solar-powered charging station for any of your devices. You may be wondering why they even decided to put a two-person tent in the trunk. But with all these features combined, the Aptera claims it is the world's first grid-independent EV. And supposing you're interested in your own Aptera, well, you can reserve one at their website. The base model will cost around $26,000, and the fully decked-out model will cost about $57,000. You may be interested to hear about the Aeon LX Plus, the electric car from China that boasts a superb range of over 620 miles. This is quite the leap from anything available in the US or Europe right now, with the Lucid Air EV's range of 517 reigning on top. Aeon LX Plus attributes its massive battery pack with a capacity of 144 kilowatt hours for its success. Look out, everyone, because gorgeous beaches, more than enough oranges, and even Walt Disney World aren't the only things Florida is offering. Apocalypse also comes out of the state, and they have a lot of grit regarding the work that they've been doing for the last 15 years. With a vision to put a powerful, eye-catching ride that could survive even the end of times, the company has completed its magnum opus, the Juggernaut. They already have over 140 of these beasts on roads worldwide. The keen-eyed viewers may recognize this custom truck for its appearance in the movie The Lost City, starring Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. As mentioned in the opener, Apocalypse has modified the Ram TRX into an even bigger behemoth of a machine. All it took was an extra axle, a body mod here and there, and an impressive engine tuning to create their Frankenstein. That modified body measures 22.7 feet long, which is substantially larger than the average length of 10 to 18 feet long. They have it stacked on top of 6 40-inch tires that can handle any terrain you want to throw at them. After all is said and done, the Juggernaut stands at a towering 7.3 feet tall and can comfortably sit anyone 7 feet or shorter. Unfortunately, we don't have info on the vehicle's interior, but we do know the stats that come along with the new remodeling. For power, you're looking at a 6.5-quart Hellcat V8 engine that turns out a whopping 850 horsepower. Because of that power, along with a few other variables, it can tow up to 20,000 pounds according to the company. It also has 5 drive modes, including Sport, Drag, Race, Baja, and Mud. So you should be good no matter the occasion. And if you're curious, there's also a full-time 6-wheel drive.
The newest addition from UK-based BAC is a one-person vehicle that still manages to be street legal while looking straight up Formula One. The aptly named Mono has a low, sleek body with a centrally located open cockpit. Staying true to form, it has a racing-style seat with a 4-point harness and a steering wheel having all kinds of fancy buttons. Behind the seat is a 2.3-liter 4-cylinder engine pushing out 332 horsepower. This, along with the light weight of 1,257 pounds, allows for a top speed of 170 miles per hour. The overall design makes it the perfect car for those needing an excuse not to ride share, or if you just want to spoil yourself.
If you enjoyed this video, you could help us out by hitting the like button, subscribe, and keep up to date on future posts. Defiant EV3 Roadster, designed from the ground up, capitalizes on the capabilities of an electric car with an eye on a sporty design. These plug-in electric roadsters are a blend of the best of today's propulsion technology and smooth aerodynamic styling. Depending on the battery option selected, the single-charge commuting range of the Roadster is up to 175 miles, has a top speed of 70 miles per hour, and can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in around 10 seconds. Comfortably designed to carry a driver and 2 passengers, the full-sized electric commuter has plenty of room for cargo.